welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video, as you can tell from the title, is going to be very beginner friendly. It's going to be like the first episode you ever want to watch when you're getting into makeup and you don't know what to get and you kind of just want some guidance on what you need and what you don't need. I'm here to clarify for you today what you need and what you don't need. I've got all my products here. The case is humongous. It's from Drunk Elephant, but I actually don't have that many products in there, and all the products are drugstore because I know when we start off we don't want to spend a lot of money because one, we're not really comfortable with makeup yet to be spending £40 on blushes and stuff like that, and also two, we just might not have the budget. I know my max was like £10 when I was going into Boots or Superdrug. They're like the UK equivalent to drugstores like Walmart. I think Walmart's a drugstore. But yeah, we don't really have budgets and we're not really comfortable, so everything's going to be affordable and I hope it is accessible as well. I'll link like other ones that are around if these aren't accessible, just like dupes and stuff. So yeah, ahead of the comments down below, I actually don't have any foundation on today. This is just highlight. This is actually the NARS blush, a Jubilation blush. I'll link it down below as well. It just gives off a really nice glow. I've just got concealer, no bronzer, blush, lip gloss, eyebrows, no mascara, no eye makeup. So yeah, it's really hot outside, so I didn't want to overdo it, which is why I'm not wearing foundation. So yeah, it's quite cute. Number one thing I always say is you have to look after your skincare. I know that there's a lot of skincare advice going around on TikTok and it makes you feel like, I've even fallen for it, it makes you feel like you need some products, but you genuinely don't. You have to like know your skin. Don't jump on these trends. A lot of people jumped on the Ordinary red peel mask thing trend and like it didn't work well. You really want your skin to have you feeling the best you can, so I always prioritize skincare over makeup, even though it may seem like I talk about makeup more, but skincare is my passion. Like, I love skincare. Invest in a really nice moisturizer depending on your skin type. Of course, that's how you'll buy your moisturizers. I have two that I love from the drugstore. One's for oily, which is the NEUTROGENA Clear and Defend moisturizer. This is oil free. And then we have the Weleda, I don't know how to say it, Skin Food for dry skin. A lot of people love this one. I love this one for like glowy. It looks really nice in photos as well. So yeah, both are very affordable and I think Neutrogena is definitely accessible. I'm not sure about this one, but I have other options too if this one's not available. Of course, after moisturizer we need sunscreen all year round, when it's raining, when it's cloudy, when it's sunny, especially now, especially when the sun is shining on our faces. We need sunscreen, and I love the ROCHE tinted fluid one. Some moisturizers, I don't think there's any really out there that are less than £10. I think this one's just like over £10, but it's really good. La Roche-Posay in general do some really nice sunscreens. I used to use their other one, I can't remember what it's called. Then I found this one, which is like amazing. It's tinted, it's got a little tint. It's like very light, like you can't notice it that much on your skin, but it does make the slightest difference. You need to remember that your skin ages and you will age and the wrinkles will come if you don't look after your skin. They're gonna come anyway, but we want to minimize the damage, so we want to use sunscreen every day. Next up we have foundation. Now personally, I wouldn't say foundation is a must when you're starting to use makeup because it can sometimes like get you stuck in a cycle that's really unhealthy where you feel like you depend on it. So I would definitely say skip this if you are comfortable in your bare skin, but if you're looking to like create a canvas and just have everything more even, foundation's a great option, especially if you get one that looks natural or has a really nice finish. I don't really like mattes. I love natural finishes way more. This is the best. I've mentioned this like 4 times. I think I've mentioned this in like every video I've posted. It's the EX1 Invisiwear Liquid Foundation. It's what I wore in the foundation video. It's what I get most questions on when I wear. I love this foundation so much and it's like £12. It's so affordable. But yeah, don't buy a foundation if you don't feel like you want to. It's not a must. There's always concealers that you can use. I usually just conceal, as you can see it just does a great job anyway. If you conceal and then bronze, if you think about it, the foundation ends up being covered by all of that anyway. When I started off my makeup collection, I'd never used foundation. I actually started off with a BB cream first to like ease myself into foundations and that stuff being on my face all day long. So BB creams are a great option as well if you're really not ready to go into foundations, because I know sometimes color matching is really daunting, finishes and all that stuff. So BB creams are really good because they're quite universal and they kind of sink into your skin and adapt. So yeah, I would definitely recommend BB creams, but I think now the makeup is just evolving so quickly that everyone nowadays is onto foundations. Back then I think there was like 4 shades for a foundation and that was it, and we all just had to live with it. But now there's just so many options that, yeah, I just think everyone's evolved past BB creams, but I would still recommend them. So yeah, they're just like a safe option if you're really petrified of trying foundation still. Next up is concealer. Concealers will be your best friend when you're starting off using makeup. They can conceal spots, highlight under your eye. If you don't have contour or bronzer, you can just highlight and everything else will just like be enhanced naturally because you just lightened your face, if that makes sense. And yeah, like eyeshadow base, everything. Like concealers are so multi-purpose that they're so underrated. Like they just deserve more credit. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20. This is like a great dupe for the NARS one. I first used, I can't remember what concealer I used. I don't even think I used concealer when I first started makeup, but if I was to go back, I would definitely recommend concealer over foundation. I think like concealers can just make you feel ready to leave the house. Also with concealers, they can be turned into bronzers and contours. You can get a darker shade like a deep brown or something to contour your face if you can't find a contour, which I actually couldn't find a really affordable contour, so that's what I would do if I was starting off my makeup, especially if you know the formula and you really do like it. That is a great option. So yeah, concealer is a must when you're starting off, especially when school kicks in and we have to all go back. It's just very quick and easy in the mornings and you just get out the door basically. The next product is blush. I would definitely recommend blush over contour and bronzer because it requires less precision and it's less daunting when you're using it because you feel more freedom, because naturally we do blush, so that just goes everywhere on your face. If you notice when you're like blushing because you're shy, nervous, or it's just hot, it just kind of just goes all along like this area of your face. So it's not really like a specific placement that you need to be using when you're using it, so it gives a lot of freedom. I like to put it like along here. I like to extend it really high up my face. Don't ask me why, I just feel like it gives a really nice fresh glow. The blushes I love are the Wet n Wild Colour Icon Blazin' Berry. It's like a really deep pinky but still gold blush. Kind of reminds me of the Orgasm by NARS. It's got the gold reflex in it. It gives off a great colour payoff and it's very pigmented actually for the price it is. I think it's like £3, which is great. And also let's not forget the MUA blush, liquid blush. I love this so much, I rave about it all the time. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about it too much because you probably are sick of me. But yeah, blush will definitely elevate your look. If you think you're looking quite flat and 2D, just add some blush and it just makes you look more, I don't know how to explain it, I can just go to explain what I mean. I hope you guys understand what I mean. For highlight, this might seem quite controversial or weird, but I would definitely recommend going for a liquid over a powder. I personally feel like I have more control when using liquids because you apply such a small amount and you can see where you actually place it, whereas powders, because they're like pigmented, like flaky textured stuff, it just goes everywhere and you end up having highlight on your forehead, highlight all down your chest, just everywhere. But with liquid you have control and it gives a much more natural payoff than powders do. Like it looks from within, which is why I just love them way more. The one I love is the MUA liquid highlight in Wonder, I think is the shade. I think that's the shade, I don't know. But it's like this and it kind of reminds me of the Iconic London liquid highlight. It's very pigmented and a little does go a long way, which is very important when you're starting makeup because you don't want to keep buying products. You want something that will last, and a little goes a long way. So this one will definitely give that for you, and it's always good to just wear it out on its own, like just like this, I'm not wearing it right now, but you know, just on the high points of your cheeks, under your foundation. You can use it as eyeshadow as well. Sometimes people put it on their lips as well to give it more of a glow. You can add it to your moisturizer as a body glow and a body shimmer when you're going out at night and stuff like that. If you're someone that wears eyeliner, of course buy an eyeliner. I don't think there's many dupes. Of course you can use eyeshadow and stuff, but if you really want that bold eyeliner look, do buy an eyeliner pen. The one I really like is the RIMMEL Wonder Ink. I think that's what it says, I can't even read it. For eyebrows, I definitely recommend a thin precision pencil when you're starting off, so you kind of have control of what you're doing with your eyebrows, so you can learn your shape and just play around and see what works for you. Also, a double-ended one would be great, like a pencil and a brush, so you don't have to buy a brush. That is always a great tip. You don't want to just buy a pencil. I think most nowadays do have a brush because it just makes sense, you know. This is the Soap & Glory Archery pencil, and it was my first one that I ever bought, and it's actually finished. It's not even rolling up. It's a great dupe for the Benefit Goof Proof, I think that's what it's called. I use it, I don't even know what it's called, but yeah, I think it's a great dupe for that, and it's around £10. If not this one, then the Revolution Pro also do a very good one. That one is £3, I think, £3 or £4, and they kind of do the same thing, but this one just does it for me a bit more. Mascaras are a tricky one for me. There are just so many drugstore mascaras nowadays. Like Maybelline have so many, and I do love their mascaras a lot. And one I also do love is the No. 7 360 Ultra one. It's got a really nice brush, but you have to be careful when applying this because you can overdo it. Mascara is a great product to elevate your look, but it's not a must. I don't wear mascara sometimes because it sometimes feels heavy on my eyes. I'm not wearing any right now, and I would always promote actually looking after your eyelashes using like almond oil, castor oil on them to help them grow, so you don't really have to use mascara. So definitely look after them so that you don't have to go out and spend money on mascaras. Lip products are amazing. I have so many, I don't even know where to start, but I would definitely say it's good to have one lipstick, one lip gloss minimum, and always go for neutrals so that it's kind of a everyday one. And then once you get comfortable, you can start experimenting with different colors like reds, purples, browns, like other colors out there. But yeah, lipstick and a lip gloss. This is the e.l.f. Sheer Slick in the shade Golden Pear. It's like a great nude that I love wearing when I'm going for that natural look. It's sheer, so it doesn't look too bold, and it really suits my complexion as well. And then I also love the Lottie London Oil Slick lip oil. It comes in like, they have a clear one and a pink one, but the pink one I'm wearing right now, it's like really cute, and it kind of reminds me of like what I imagine the 90s was like when they used to just apply lip gloss and stuff. I remember my first lip products were from Kiko, but then I think they started making my lips worse. I don't know, like they made my lips feel like dry and chapped. I just didn't like it anymore, so I kind of just moved on to NYX or NYX, and then I moved on to Rimmel, and now I'm just like experimenting with like all these brands that kindly give me products. So yeah, I'm very grateful for that, but these two are great starter products from what I have tried, and I've tried a lot of lip products. Lipsticks can also dupe as eyeshadows and blushes can also dupe as lip products, so they both kind of go well. So if you see a shade you like from one and you want to try it on your lips, go ahead. They actually sometimes bring the look together because they're using the same shade everywhere, so do try that out. I sometimes do like apply there and then like dab it on my lips a bit, and yeah, it just marries everything together. The last product is a very versatile product. It's an eyeshadow palette. You want to go for an eyeshadow palette that has enough colors for you to create many looks, but you also want to try out neutrals first before you go in bold, if you know what I mean. One I do love is the Lottie London, the Rose Golds. It's got some nice browns in there for starting off, and you can use some as eyeliner as well, also an inner corner highlight. They've got some oranges in there, loads of shimmers and stuff, and they have loads of these quads. These quads, there's like 9 shades. They have loads of these little palettes in so many different colors as well if you don't want neutrals. They have so many for you to pick from, but it's a great size as well, and they have so many, so I wouldn't recommend any other starter palette. The pigment's great and stuff, and it's also very affordable. So yeah, there's just so many ways you can use eyeshadow, like play around, blush. Well, blush might take a while because it's so small, but you know what I mean. So yeah guys, that concludes this video. I hope this was so helpful for you. I know I've received so many comments from people saying, what do I actually need, how do I get started, because I don't know. I hope this was helpful, and I want to see your collections growing to the point where you can experiment with other brands and other products that I mentioned as well, because it's been a long journey for me. I started from like 3 products or like 6, and now I have such a large makeup collection that I'm so grateful for, and if it wasn't for you guys supporting me, I wouldn't be able to do that, so thank you so much. I hope you guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys again next week. Bye.